Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say this comment
Alright.
by Sitharth. We literally foreshadowed Damon versus Boruto. We're getting that fight for sure. So Sitharth, so what was your thoughts on the Sasuke versus Neji fight when that was animated? Did you like that fight when it happened in the canon manga material? Because I know when that fight happened for me, after all the foreshadowing they did, I was really hyped based on how much they built it up, based on the anticipation they left within the foreshadowing that made it obvious that we were going to get that fight. So I think with this Damon fight, it's about the same level of excitement that I'm prepared for. But what are you guys' thoughts?
I would agree. I mean, there's other examples of that, like the Obito versus Kabuto fight as well.
Yeah.
Nagato versus Obito is another one. Like, there's a lot of tension there, and I was very glad that they cashed in on it. I will say though, in my opinion, the foreshadowing specifically was for Damon to win this fight. Obviously,
Yeah.
the fight definitely happened. It was foreshadowed, just like everything else that was foreshadowed. But the foreshadowing is for Damon to win. So honestly, though, what do you think, Immortal? Before I say my next thing, about like the Sasuke versus Neji fight that was foreshadowed, and all the other examples.
Sasuke
to
versus
Who is
Neji fight.
Neji?
Yeah, you know that fight that happened in the canon material.
Diabolical.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh, who is Neji? Yeah, who is Neji?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Thoughts, Immortal?
Screw. The Sasuke versus Neji fight. I really thought that wasn't canon.
It is canon. What do you mean?
It is.
You don't remember?
Remember, it was foreshadowed, so it has to be canon. Okay, but they didn't say Sasuke or Neji will fight. They just said Sasuke might not be able to beat Neji. And then Neji had that moment in the Forest of Death where he's looking at Sasuke and thinking about fighting him. And then there's both the prodigy.
Which one of the two is stronger?
Yeah, both the prodigies of the Chunin exams, the strongest in their clan.
It went Sasuke thought about Neji as one of the people he wants to fight the most.
Yeah, but even if the fight was foreshadowed, I don't think they were ever going to show it because.
What do you mean it was foreshadowed?
Yeah, so they had to show it. It's foreshadow. What do you think foreshadow even means, Immortal?
Listen.
I'm
if
listening.
they were gonna listen, they already okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They already foreshadowed. Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, Immortal, this fight is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the Karma Seal.
Like, if you were to compare Sasuke versus Neji and Boruto versus Damon, it's like, it's backwards compatible, which is why this comparison works, because of backwards compatibility. But, I mean, realistically speaking, though, I will say Damon's whole thing right now is being the strongest. If we just take that away from him overnight for no reason, without building Damon's character really beyond protect Ada and be the strongest, what's the point of Damon? They have to give us more of Damon.
Exactly. Boruto himself said that he'll never be able to have a chance to surpass Damon for the next 100 years, no matter how much he trains. And so the backwards compatibility just isn't there in this case.
So Shibai's powers are just too OP, no matter what.
For now, at least. I mean, maybe if Boruto lives for 200 years, we can talk about it.
But then
I guess it wouldn't really be that backwards compatible anymore at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't that mean Boruto would just have to? Wouldn't that mean Boruto would just have to find a way to get Shibai's powers? I mean, we do know that.
Well, do you think that would be backwards compatible if he did that?
He would he be?
Yeah, Immortal, what do you think about that?
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, go ahead, give us your elaboration on that.
So, I really do not know what kind of abilities Boruto would gain from having any of Shibai's remains, or his DNA into him. But what I can say is that there could be a chance that whatever power he gains from Shibai will probably be enough to surpass Damon in every aspect.
Well, let's say he does just get Shibui's power much at this point, for the sake of the hypothetical. Assuming he does do that, do you think it would be backwards compatible back to Sasuke versus Neji?
No.
Well, do you?
How-
Well,
I
okay.
don't-
I think
it's-
rewording the question: do you think it'd be backwards compatible or forwards compatible with the Neji fight?
As in, like, correlating with the foreshadowing of the Sasuke versus Neji fight?
No, in terms of the compatibility.
Yeah, but compatibility-wise, would it be forward or backwards?
Exactly.
The So, please elaborate what you guys mean by that. Like, forward, backwards compatibility?
Yeah.
Or...
Exactly. So you know how like the Karma
does the
Seal is
compatibility go
compatible with like its
forward?
users?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can do some
Well, not
backwards
all of
compatibility to go back in time from like Boruto to Momoshiki. Or, you know, like forwards compatibility in terms of foreshadowing of the fight, because like foreshadowing is like a future event. So do you think this would be backwards compatible with the foreshadowing from the Sasuke fight with Neji? Based on that.
So as another example, just
Yeah.
before you answer that, we know Momoshiki is forwards compatible with Boruto. Hypothetically, if Boruto is, also compatible with, I don't know, let's just say Sarada for the sake of this, or Himawari. He's compatible with Himawari. Then you could say that Himawari is backwards compatible to Momoshiki. But now apply this to Sasuke versus Neji and Boruto versus Damon.
And that makes sense based on the themes of the story as well, because Boruto is in the next generation. So what do you think about the fight,
As
though?
opposed to the previous generation.
Exactly. Immortal, what do you
I
think?
would say it'd be more backwards compatible.
Oh, okay. I agree.
Yeah.
Use it backwards.
Fair enough.